And joining us on the Rothman Orthopaedics guest line, so excited to talk to this guest today from your Philadelphia Eagles, defensive back Zech McPhearson. What's going on there, Zach?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you. Right out of the gate, I just want to ask you this because I know people will see the name, and they have seen the name. You're just coming out of your rookie year, 4th-round pick. They see Zech. Where's that come from for Zach?
Well, my full name is pronounced Zechariah, but I've been going by Zach my whole life just to make it easier on people. But, you got a few people who would pronounce it the right way. You got some people who call me Zeke and all types of stuff. So I just make it a little easier on people and just go by Zach. That's what I've been going by.
Gotcha. Now, you're obviously a Texas Tech guy, but you grew up in Maryland, a little close to D.C., originally from Baltimore. You're born in Baltimore. So you were a little familiar with Philadelphia. So I'm always curious when athletes come to town, what were your early impressions of Philadelphia? What were you expecting? What had you heard about Philadelphia before you were playing here?
Before I was playing here, to be honest, when I went downtown for the first time, I think it's like just a way, way better version of like Baltimore City in terms of just the scenery, the food, the people. I heard a lot of things about, the fans and how everybody is, even the people who just live in the city. Everybody's real indebted to, this city of Philadelphia. And, I came up here a few times before I even got drafted by Philly. I'm just growing up as a child, and I really like it here. It's a really good city, good people.
Yeah, I'm curious. It's funny because I'm very familiar with Baltimore. My mom's from that area, and just you comparing the two, it's like Baltimore has that great build-up waterfront, and then Philadelphia has no build-up waterfront, but a great developed city. Like it's like they're opposites in that regard.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
What do you like to do around town?
My free time. I live right here off of Cooper River. I'm not necessarily in Philadelphia, but
okay.
When I get some free time, I definitely head across the Ben Frank Bridge, walk around a little bit, do some retail therapy, shopping a little bit. So I try to waste time when I'm not working out. But.
All right. I love retail therapy. I like the way you put that. That's great. What did you make of your first year playing here in Philadelphia? Take me through the whole process, getting drafted. The Eagles select you, like I said, in the 4th round, and then you're playing your first year. What do you take away from it your first year as a pro?
Man, I took a lot away from it. Thankfully, I came into a room with a bunch of veterans, from Rodney McLeod to Slay to Ant, you name them. That's a bunch of veterans in that defensive back room. And having them guys around as a rookie and, your first year in the league, you got a lot of guidance. Whenever I needed some or whenever I needed help explain or understanding anything, every single one of those guys in that room were there for me. And, that made this rookie year, just go by so much smoother. I had a backbone with those guys and, the great coaches in that room as well. So, this rookie year was everything I could ask for. I'm very thankful for it. So,
does Darius Slay talk as much as we think he does? Is he as loud as he does? Is he as nurturing, I guess, as a mentor? What was he like to actually be able to play alongside of?
Slay, he's a comedian. He's the funniest dude I've ever met in my life. At like all times throughout the day, you come up to him at any time. He the same dude. That's why I like him a lot. He don't never change. He the same all day, every day.
So, we had Steven Nelson on the show some months ago, and we'll get a little bit more technical with this, but he had talked about Jonathan Gannon's scheme as, quote, genius, kind of keeping the play in front of you the whole time, not allowing the big play, that whole thing. What did you take away from running that scheme in your rookie year under Jonathan Gannon?
I took a lot away from it. Just in a league, like you got to prevent those explosive plays, and that's what that defense is all about. And if you can't stop explosive plays, it's gonna be, it's gonna be rough for you in the NFL. And having Coach Gannon and that mindset just to minimize the damage and everything, attack when we can, it works out very well.
One of the things I go back to training camp with, you come in obviously as a rookie. And the name, like one of the hot names in training camp was Zech McPhearson. Zech McPhearson. You got to see Zech McPhearson. Eagles love Zech McPhearson. They love this kid. This guy's doing amazing things. All that. And regular season comes around. You're contributing mostly on special teams. You actually led the team in special teams snaps this past season, so you're certainly a contributor there. Did you hear the buzz going into the season and then it kind of level out? How did you handle all that kind of conversation about you going into the year and as the season went on?
Yeah, it's definitely kind of hard, to sit up here and say I didn't hear any of the buzz. I definitely did. But me, just from camp going into the season, I try not to let that get to me. Obviously being a rookie, you come there, there's a lot of stuff going on. You learn the playbook, meeting new people, trying to perform at a high level. And I honestly, I tried my best to ignore all that stuff. And, going into the season, like you said, it mellows out. I just understood my role, learning from Slay and Steve, and, being ready when my name is called and getting out there, and, not having no type of drop off. And that's what I understood as my role this year. And like you said, do my thing on special teams as well.
So going into this upcoming season, we don't know what the future holds between the draft, veterans, whatever could happen at the cornerback position. How do you treat this offseason, and how do you set your mentality to get ready to maybe compete for a starter's job?
The same way I came in. I'm trying to earn a job. I'm not here in the NFL just to, sit around and watch. I really want to, make a living in this league and, do what I'm capable of. And, the same mentality as last year going to camp. I just want to earn a job somewhere on the field.
Do you feel like you're ready for that starting spot?
Most definitely.
What did they tell you when you guys broke the season, when it was all over? I know you guys do your exit interviews, you have your conversations. What did they tell you about your game and what they want to see you improve upon?
Me personally, probably just, getting more comfortable, probably like in overall defenses, in like maturity on the field, as in like Slay, he's out there and he's very comfortable, and all the veterans just get on that level where I'm just out there and just having fun playing ball, not thinking about everything, just playing quick and fast.
Now, what are your own expectations? I know you always said everyone's their own worst critic and all that stuff, harshest critic. What are your own expectations for your sophomore season?
I got a lot. I typically write them down, and I keep them to myself to the end of the year, but my own expectations going into season, like you said, I want to earn a starting job. I got a lot of, team accolades in terms of like, I want to make it to the playoffs again. I want to make it to the Super Bowl. Stuff like that is great. I had a bunch of buddies who won a Super Bowl this past year as rookies. So I want to do stuff like that. And obviously my personal accolades and stuff that I want to do for me personally, I keep them to myself and just chase that goal every single day.
Good for you, man. What is Jonathan Gannon's scheme like for you? Like, what was it like playing in that scheme?
I loved it. Especially at cornerback coming into the league. Cornerback's a tough position. And just, it puts the cornerback at ease and just, keeps it simple for the corner. And, it puts like a lot of relief on you in terms of like when you're man coverage, zone coverage, whatever it is, it's not too complex. But it's very effective as a defense.
Mm-hmm. What was Jonathan Gannon like as a defensive coordinator? Is he one of them overbearing guys? Is he aggressive? Is he quiet? What's he like as a coach and defensive coordinator?
I love JG. He's a great coach. He real chill. Obviously every coach got to put their foot down when they got to put their foot down. And that's what I like about JG.
What changed in the defense? Because things started to click a little bit more in the second half of the season. Was there any adjustment made, anything like that? What went on?
I really wanted to say probably just our mindset. Like all through our camp, we had certain goals and different types of things that we strive for every day as a defense. And at one point we just had to do a reality check, look ourselves in the mirror, and remember who we are as a defense, and remember the fundamentals that the coaches installed early, way back in camp. From going against the Patriots in practice or Jets, and applying that again and just reevaluating ourselves and going back to the basics. So we had to pick back up where we left off.
I had your teammate and fellow former rookie, now going in their sophomore year in the NFL, second year in the NFL, Milton Williams. He was on the show last week.
Yeah.
And I asked him this question I'm about to ask you. What was that welcome to the NFL moment, that whole thing? And he seemed to be really lucky where his was kind of on film, but it wasn't. And something else was going on, so people were distracted, didn't really see his mistake. But I'll ask you this question. Were you as lucky? Did you have a welcome to the NFL moment where you're like, oh, wow, okay, this isn't college anymore?
Welcome to the NFL moment. I don't want to say I had it just yet, but
okay.
I mean, I remember I hit Mark Ingram, I'm like, oh my God. Or Ingram, I was like, man, it took a toll on my shoulder a little bit. I was like, this is a big dude. But other than that, I can't really think of one right now.
What was it like for you? Because you just turned 24. Happy birthday, by the way.
Appreciate you.
Belated birthday. What was it like for you to be on the field? You go through your rookie year, and your season is ending. You don't know it's ending yet, but it's ending against Tom Brady. All of a sudden, Tom Brady's the guy on the other side of the line of scrimmage. What was that like for you? That
was crazy. I grew up my whole life watching that man. All respect due to him, but that was a cool experience. Obviously, we wish that game could turn out differently, but just having an opportunity to play against somebody like that, one of the best players ever played in the NFL. I mean, it shows on the field. I mean, that dude's amazing. So that was a cool experience. And I got to play against him twice too.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the Thursday night game. Yeah. Now, the other thing I'm always curious about is, again, you're familiar enough with the Eagles in Philadelphia, being a Maryland guy. As a football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, when you thought of that team, what were some of the names that jumped to mind right away?
Can you say that one more time? My fault. I got a little fuzzy.
No worries. Just as a team, the Philadelphia Eagles, when you heard you were going to Philadelphia, what jumped to your mind about Philadelphia Eagles football? Like, were there names that jumped to mind from seasons past? What stuff like that?
Yeah, name Sean Jackson, Mike Vick, all those guys, Silky or whatever the name was, names like that. It's just I shouldn't say I grew up watching the Eagles that much. I was really Ravens fan growing up. I watched a lot of Ravens,
Sure.
Ray Lewis and those guys, Ed Reed. But yeah, those are names that jumped to my mind.
Mm-hmm. When you think of being a cornerback in the NFL, do you think of yourself as a ball hawk? Do you think of yourself as a hitter? How would you best describe your game, and how are you most comfortable playing?
I say ball, but I like to hit too. Hitting's fun. I like coming down and hit it. That really, I don't know, that get me going. I say pretty well-rounded.
Now, it seems like, I just have to make sure. I have one brother. You have 6 brothers and 1 sister. I assume things got pretty rough in the McPhearson household.
Oh, my gosh. It was a frenzy every day growing up.
And you're all athletes, right?
Yeah. Yep, all athletes. A lot of holes in the wall, getting in a lot of trouble, but it was fun. And it was all worth it.
Now, this is fascinating. Your mom was a professional football player. I shouldn't say was. I don't know if she retired or not. Offensive lineman and running back in the Women's National Football League?
Yep.
So did she show you any pointers? Was she teaching you things out in the backyard? How'd that work?
Nah, she wasn't. She was taking care of most of the kids, but I definitely left it up to my oldest brother and my dad doing all the pointers. But, I mean, my mom was there to give me some more support when I needed it growing up, whatever sport I was playing. But definitely she left that up to my dad and my older brother.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like mom was showing you like a 3-point stance or anything like that.
Nah.
Now,
once she was done football, she was done.
Oh, once she was done, she was done for good. Got it. Understood. Zach, you said you have your own goals ahead of you as a team. When you look at this team, what can we expect from this Eagles defense next year? More aggression, just not allowing the big play. What do you think Eagles fans can expect next year?
Well, I mean, in terms of our defense, a lot of the guys from last year's defense, a good majority of them are coming back. So, I mean, we just got a bunch to build off of. And, I say that aggression, just playing with a chip on our shoulder as a unit. I feel like that stuff's all coming back. It's only positive things to build off on from last season. And, we're just going into year 2 under this new defense. So it's going to be a real exciting season, I'll tell you that.
I'll ask you about your head coach. I know he's more of an offensive type guy. How often is he involved in the defense? And overall, what did you think of Nick Sirianni in his rookie year as a head coach?
I love Nick. Coach Nick, he a cool dude. I ran into him at the airport like last week.
Oh, really?
I thought I was a fan. He came up behind me. He was like, how about we go one-on-one with this guy? I'm like, who is this behind me? I'm like, I'm trying to ignore him. I turn around. It's Coach Nick and his whole family. But I love being a player for Coach Nick, man. He's a cool dude.
All right, hold on. Let's set the scene for a second again. You're at the airport.
Uh-huh.
Some guy's behind you, and you're like, Eagles fan. And this is in Philadelphia?
Yeah, this is in Philly. Yeah.
Okay. And you're like, oh, Eagles fans are so passionate. And it's your head coach saying he wants to go one-on-one with you?
Yeah, because I'm mad about the baggage claim. They took forever getting our baggage out, and I'm trying to just see if I can see my bag. And I just hear somebody in the back, how about we go one-on-one with this guy? I'm like, oh, here we go. And I turned around. I just thank the Lord it's Coach Nick and his family. But yeah, it was a funny little thing.
So you didn't go one-on-one then, huh?
No, definitely not. I was too tired. I was fed up.
Oh, see, he's supposed to be this ultra competitive guy. I wouldn't put it past him at all to be a baggage claim running routes with you. Like I wouldn't put it past him. Now, were you one of the guys right? Were you one of the guys he played rock paper scissors with?
Nah, I wasn't.
Well, it seems like he doesn't want to play the defense, man. Typical offense. Typical offense.
I want to play in basketball.
Now, I read that your dream job is you want to be a point guard. Like you could be a point guard in the NBA. You could maybe play for the Lakers or somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to do that if I was good at basketball. That's my dream.
All right, but you are, from what I understand, you're a pretty damn good baseball player.
Yeah, I love baseball. I grew up playing that my whole life.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Are you a Nationals fan or an Orioles fan?
Orioles. That's why I grew up as an Orioles fan.
Nah, man. See, my grandfather was an usher for the Orioles for about 25 years. But anyway, that's awesome, man. That's cool. Do you mind if we play Fast Five with you? I got 5 random questions for you if you're willing to play along.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. All right. Question number 1. Best job before your NFL job, Zech McPhearson.
Best job for my NFL job. I say when I worked at a car dealership.
What were you doing there?
Just detailing cars in college.
Very nice. You know, it's funny that Milton Williams character. I don't know how well you know the guy, but he didn't even have a real job. He said he worked for like 20 minutes someplace, and that was it. Whatever.
Selling cars, man.
Yeah. All right, selling cars. Very nice. All right, go to fast food place. Question number 2. Go to fast food place.
Wendy's, a 10-count spicy nugget meal with the frosty on the side.
100% in. 100% in with that one. First date deal breaker. Take someone out. They're rude. They're whatever. What's like the one thing that goes, nope, I'm out. This ain't happening again. First date deal breaker.
Talking too much.
Yeah, that's pretty classic. Like you're not gonna ask me about me. I'm interesting, right? They just sit there and look lovely. No. Let's go. All right. Favorite city to travel to?
Boston.
Really?
I like Boston a lot.
What's going on with Boston? Why Boston?
My girlfriend, she actually used to live there for a little bit, and I used to go up there. That city, oh my goodness, it's a beautiful city. First time I went up there, I fell in love with it. I definitely move there if I could.
See, I couldn't move there. I like going there, visit.
Yeah, you're right. Going there.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I like visiting. But I'll tell you right now, my deal breaker, if it was a girlfriend, if she was from Boston, I'd be like, deal breaker, we're out. No, kidding. All right. The last one. In traffic, Zech McPhearson, what makes you beep your horn?
All right, if you're in a fast lane, you should not be driving anything below 50 miles per hour or whatever. Really, you should be pushing. I'm talking like 70, but different states, different regulations. But I hate that. That annoys me.
Left lane. No, you're exactly right. Left lane should be at least 10 miles over the speed limit. At the very least, you should be going 10 miles over the speed limit. If you're not, move over.
I definitely toot my horn.
Very nice. Zach, I really enjoyed this conversation. Make sure everybody you're following my man Zach here on social media, on Twitter. There you are right there. Looking fierce, my friend. I wish you nothing but success. Oh, do you ever go back and forth with the fans? Do you ever have a little conversation with the fans on social media?
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Yeah, we tend to be brutally honest. I'll give our fan base that, of course.
Yeah, I love you, though.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Nothing but success, too. Seriously, I'll be rooting for you, my man. Zech McPhearson joining us on the Rothman Orthopaedics guest line. Zach, thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
You as well.